Good afternoon, YouTube. Xfile2708 back again. As you can tell, we're back here in the retro room. So today's video is going to be a long overdue video game related video. I've got a pile of video game pickups that probably going back maybe a month and a half now, something like that, that just been adding these into the collection as and when myself and Lewis have been out and about. So figured I was long overdue sharing these video game related ones with you guys. So we've got primarily Xbox One. We've got something for the Evercade that you can just about see on the desk behind me. We've got a pop vinyl, and we've got a couple of Xbox 360 titles as well. So without further ado, let's in fact, what I'll do to start with, I'll share with you, as I say, this is all video game related, so I'll share with you 3 titles that I've been putting some time into of late. So as and when I do these video game pickups videos, we'll have a bit of video game chat as well, and I'll just share with you what I've been playing of late. So the first one, this is a pickup as well, because I only brought this a few weeks ago. So been putting some time into Forza Motorsport 7. So this was a title that I'd already put, I'm trying to think now, a good dozen, maybe more hours into previously. So I did used to have Xbox Games Pass, but once they put the prices up, I think I used to get it from CD Keys, is it? I used to pay about £10-11 a month for Xbox Live Online and Games Pass, primarily so I could play Call of Duty. But once Xbox put the prices up, CD Keys, although I think they're called Loaded, they put their prices up as well. So I think you're looking at £15-16 a month. Let me just move across a little bit, because I'm kind of, there we go, there we go, that's better. But yeah, once they put their prices up, it was a case, right, I'm not paying that every month. I'm setting the retro room up, so any titles that I'm interested in, rather than just playing digital, I've got room to house them here in the retro room. And as and when I see them cheap, I'm not going to be paying the likes of £30-40 for a brand new title. I'm tight, you know. I class myself as a northerner now, so you know, I'll quite happily pay £5-10 for a game. Sometimes a little bit more, like this one, if I know it's one that I've played before and I'm going to get a lot of replay value out of it. So Forza 7 Motorsport. There's also the Forza Horizon series. I think Forza Horizon 6 is due out, is it mid this month or mid next month? I can't remember. Lewis is a big fan of the Forza Horizon games. Me, myself, I'm much more Forza Motorsport. I much prefer the track racing. So for me, Forza 7, I know you can get the newer one, which I think for some odd reason isn't called Forza Motorsport 8. It's just called Forza Motorsport. So why they need to confuse us, I don't know. But been playing quite a bit of this recently, getting a few more of the achievements, completing a lot more of the tournaments and things like that. I absolutely love the track racing element. So much so, hopefully later on in the year, this setup behind me, this is what I've got my Sega Saturn connected to. You can see Sega Rally there. My good friend Martin sent me through the Saturn and a couple of games, including Sega Rally, so I've been playing quite a bit of those recently as well. But yeah, once this room's how I want it, this setup here is going to move over to the opposite corner of the retro room. And then all being well here, I'm going to have a decent size, probably a 43-inch LCD telly. I'm going to move my Cyberpunk Xbox One from the living room through to in here. If I can afford to buy a Series X in the Black Friday sale, so I'll have the Series X in my living room, so I can play all of the latest games from the comfort of my sofa. Obviously doubles up as a 4K player as well. And then in here, like I say, the Cyberpunk Xbox One X with a 43-inch screen. And I'm so much into these racing track games. I'm going to see if I can get a racing seat, steering wheel and pedals for in here and have a proper racing car setup. Something I've always wanted to do. My good friend David, shout out to David's channel. I think it's David Plays Retro Games Badly. He's done similar, but with a 3-monitor, 3 Xbox 360 setup. I absolutely love that setup. I've spoke to him several times about it over the last few years, and yeah, I'd love to get not something similar, because like I say, mine will be Xbox One just with the single screen, but a proper racing seat, steering wheel and pedals. So that's an aim for later on in the year, so we'll see how that goes. But that's the first one that I've been playing and one of the latest pickups. So Forza Motorsport 7. Next one I've been playing is an Xbox 360 title. Mentioned Martin, aka the Evesham Gamer. So link to Martin's channel in the description as well. So as I say, Martin very, very kindly sent me across a Sega Saturn console and a few games, the steering wheel, etc. One of his videos, he was talking about playing Duke Nukem Forever, and here we go. I've been playing off the back of that. So I've got a big storage box down in the corner here, probably with a couple of hundred Xbox 360 games in. I have started putting them up onto one of the Billy bookcases here, but that's going to be a slow and steady process for me, because those bookcases also house my non-horror DVD movies. So I'm in the process of decasing a full Billy bookcase of DVD movies to make room to put Xbox 360 games on. So it's just a complete knock-on effect. So I need to clear all of the DVD movies, the non-horror ones, into plastic cases to make space to put all of the Xbox 360 titles out. But yeah, I'd already got Duke Nukem Forever. So hearing Martin talking about it, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got that here in the retro room. So I'm going to dig it out. It is one that's backwards compatible, because at the moment I haven't got an Xbox 360 console, but I can play this on my Xbox One X. Absolutely brilliant game. First time I've actually played this version on 360. So I used to be a big fan of Duke Nukem on the PC back in the days. I've told the story before. Me and my next door neighbour we had our own flats, and we hired an industrial drill one weekend to drill. I mean, this is obviously pre-internet. To drill a big hole between our two flats, so we could feed an Ethernet cable through to connect our PCs up, so we could play local network Duke Nukem on PC together. So absolutely crazy times, but we loved playing the game locally between us that much that's what we did. So like I say, that was the days before the internet. There was no dial-up internet or anything like that. So it was Ethernet cable with T-pieces and things like that to connect two PCs together locally. So fun and games, but yeah, very nostalgic, and really pleased to say so far as well, this game carries a lot of the original humour from the Duke Nukem series. So really enjoying this one so far. So there we go. I do apologise with the glare as well, guys, on some of these covers. So, but yeah, Duke Nukem Forever. That's another one that I've been putting decent amount of time into. And then the last game that I've been playing of late before we move on to some pickups. I had this probably a couple of years now. Now I'll show you the game first, but completed the original, so State of Decay 1. Completed that several years ago. Absolutely loved it. If you've never played State of Decay before, basically, if you imagine an end of the world zombie apocalypse, if you think of The Walking Dead, and contemplate if you were, say, Rick Grimes, so you were a leader of a camp, and basically it was a huge open world game where it was up to you to put together a group of people with different skills, to be part of a group, to go out and scavenge, to loot buildings, to go and do missions with other gangs, bring some of them into your group of people, go out looting houses, like I say. Let's have a think. Yeah, I mean, basically like that. It's like a big open world version of The Walking Dead, and it's down to you to do all of the missions, to clear the big hordes of zombies, to build your base. So you've got like an armory, you've got gardens to supply your group of people with food and the like. It's really, really in depth. But I started, I think, I played this State of Decay 2 back in 2020, 2021. So I think over that period I put about 12 hours into it. So I installed it again Monday, just gone, and I think so far, when was it? Sunday evening, I think it was. I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning playing this. I played it for 6 hours straight, and then I was up for 8 o'clock the next morning. So absolutely hanging out my ass that day. But such a good game, you know, to walk around an environment like Rick Grimes, of The Walking Dead, and have all of that control over a group of people, be able to switch between different people with different skills. It's just absolutely fantastic. If you haven't played it, honestly, get on it. It's such a fun game, and one that really like draws you into the characters and all the different aspects to an end of the world zombie apocalypse, and surviving it. So there we go. That's a long-winded way round of talking to you about State of Decay 2. So there we go. That's the last one that I've been playing of late. So on to some pickups. So first of all, I picked up a pop vinyl figure. Now, spookily, this was one that I got from Cash. I always get the two mixed up. There's Cash Converters and Cash Generator. I think it's Cash Converters, isn't it? Which is the blue logos as opposed to the yellow ones. But it's the one that my mate James worked in. Myself and Lewis went across there. We always go over and see James if he's working anyway. But we had a look round the shop, and this was in there. So I'd recently completed Assassin's Creed Syndicate, as well as the Jack the Ripper DLC, and this was on the shelf. So good old Jacob Fry from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So I was really pleased actually that it was Jacob as opposed to Evie. Obviously, you play as the. If you've played the game, you'll know. You play as the brother and sister side of the Fry family. Jacob's by all means much more in your face, brash. You know, just jumps in feet first to everything. Evie's a bit more, you know, laid back and what's the word, pragmatic and things like that. So you know, she's a bit of a ditherer for my liking. But Jacob as a character, I thought was absolutely fantastic. So when I saw this one in there, £5. So it is one that I'm going to take out the box and put up here in the retro room. So had to grab it for, well, it was £5, but James gave me a bit of a mate's rates price on it, let's say. So I did get it a little bit cheaper. So there we go. Jacob Fry. Then next up, for my Evercade Alpha that you can see behind, I picked up Taito Arcade 3. Now I still need to do an overview video of my Evercade Alpha, so that will be incoming shortly. So hopefully, off the back of doing this first, you know, video game chat stroke pickups video, that'll kickstart me into doing the gaming ones a bit more regularly on the channel as well. But the main reason I picked this one up is because it had got Puzzle Bobble on, which I'm a huge fan of. I'll put an overlay on the screen now of a bar top arcade that I used to have a few years ago. I think that had about 12,000 games on. But one of the 3 games that I used to play all the time was Puzzle Bobble. So there was Puzzle Bobble, the original Donkey Kong, and what was the other one? Galaga. Those were my 3 most played games on that arcade cabinet. I really miss it because obviously now myself and Lewis have moved into this 3-bedroom flat. I've got a whole room where I can set everything up retro, and that cabinet would have looked absolutely brilliant in here. And like I say, I missed playing Puzzle Bobble. Now they did do an Evercade Alpha. I think it was the Taito release that they did of it. So actually the cabinet itself, and that came pre-installed with one of the games being Puzzle Bobble. But apart from that, you weren't able to get Puzzle Bobble on a physical cartridge. Let me just move that. Oh, it's got a little poster in as well by the look of it. But yeah, you weren't able to get it on these carts and play it on your own Evercade Alpha consoles. So as soon as this got announced, I pre-ordered it on Amazon. And I mean, they're absolutely brilliant. You've got 9 games on here, and I think they work out $19.99, something like that. So absolutely fantastic price for a compilation cartridge. While I've got my glasses on, I'll tell you what other games you also get on here. So there's Kadash, Camel Tree, Crazy Balloon, Football Champ, Lunar Rescue, Puzzle Bobble, Kicks, The Fairyland Story, and Zookeeper. So I'll show you, I don't know with the glare if you'll be able to see those screenshots or not. But yeah, like I say, literally only got it for Puzzle Bobble. So looking forward to checking that one out on the Evercade Alpha behind me. So I was later on in the year, before this was announced, I was going to buy another one of those Evercade Alpha cabs just so I could play Puzzle Bobble. But thankfully, instead of costing me nearly £200, I was able to get this for $19.99, so slightly the cheaper option. So there we go. There's Taito Arcade 3. And then next up is a couple of Xbox 360 time. No, hang on. Is it Xbox 360? No, one's Xbox 360, one's original Xbox. Now, I think, yeah, these are both going to go. I didn't buy them because they were video games. I brought them because they were James Bond related. If you've heard me mention previously, when I've been talking about the setup here in the retro room, I've got a dedicated James Bond shrine, if you like. So there's books, there's tin signs, there's vinyl, there's James Bond related playing cards, some of the films on different formats, even back as far as VHS. So there's all sorts going on. So whenever I see anything James Bond related that I haven't got, if I'm interested enough, then I'll pick it up and it goes into the James Bond shrine to the side of me. So Lewis on his travels spotted this for me. So it's for the Xbox 360. So we do have, ladies, some Slippy. So we'll take it out of the slip. An absolutely fantastic spot from Lewis, this. So this is Quantum of Solace for the Xbox 360. So this was a, like I say, you can see from the sticker there, CEX pickup, £2.50, because they don't differentiate between steelbooks and regular versions. Yeah, it has had the seal broken on it. But yeah, it also includes the collector's edition bonus disc. Oh, that's just about to fall out. Let me just take that out. There we go. So I have got Quantum of Solace on 360 regular release, but first time seeing this steelbook, and like I say, steelbook's in absolutely fantastic condition. So that's the back of the steelbook, and then that's the front, and then we've got this plastic Quantum of Solace collector's edition slip, and it does say there collector's edition exclusives, 007 metallic game case, exclusive bonus disc featuring behind the scenes videos with key actors from the game and movie. So there we go. So we'll pop the slippage back on. So yeah, good spot from Lewis. So thank you, buddy, even though I know you don't watch my videos, but all your mates at college do, oddly enough. But yeah, there we go. Quantum of Solace 360 steelbook. And then the other one I picked up, original Xbox, and it's From Russia with Love. So it was a nice little spot in one of the other local CXs when myself and Lewis were out and about. So there we go, From Russia with Love. One that I've never played. I have got an original Xbox over there, but I'm not too sure. It's not been plugged in for, blimey, over 5 years now, maybe longer. So I've no idea if it still works. So, but primarily, like I say, this will get just de-stickered and put onto the James Bond shrine that I've got going on. So there we go, From Russia with Love. And then we're on to the final stack, guys, which is all Xbox One pickups. So you'll have heard me mention previously, I've completed Assassin's Creed Syndicate along with the Jack the Ripper DLC. Now I have got several of the Assassin's Creed titles on another shelf in the living room because I absolutely love those games, and apart from Syndicate, I've never completed, I don't think, any of the other ones. I've always put, a few hours into them and then started on to something else. So with me enjoying completing the story on Syndicate, I'm buying all of the Assassin's Creed games back and playing them all through as best as I can to completion now. So some of the ones I was missing, these were dirt cheap to pick up. So first one is Black Flag. Now this is one that a lot of people have, you know, when I've been talking about the Assassin's Creed series, have put right up there alongside, you know, being one of the favourites. So Black Flag. And then I've picked up Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So that was £6 in a local CEX. So that's that one. Can't really say anything about these that I'm aware of because they aren't ones that I've dipped my toes into before. So like I say, I've completed Syndicate on Xbox One. I've probably dipped my toes into the original Assassin's Creed on 360, Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed 3. I have got what's that there? Revelations and Brotherhood on the shelf over there on Xbox 360. But yeah, so we've got Odyssey there. And then we've got Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered, which was $6.99 in cash converters. I've left the little sticker on the back there to remind me. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. So I'm guessing I haven't actually got Rogue that I can see on 360, but I'm guessing Rogue must have been a 360 title originally. And it's been remastered for Xbox One, so that is the way that I will play it. So there we go, Rogue. And then the last one that I've picked up, again, this was cash converters. Cracking price on this one. I think this was the penultimate one before Assassin's Creed Shadows came out. Now Shadows isn't playable on my Xbox One X. It's series consoles only, frustratingly. But as I said before, if I'm able later on in the year to upgrade to a Series X, then I will be able to play it. So this is the very last one that that I'd be able to play of the Assassin's Creed series as it stands today. So Mirage, and the price on that one, absolutely fantastic, $9.99. So definitely looking forward to checking that one out. In the living room at the minute, I've started. I didn't bring it through today because I've only put an hour or so into it so far, but I have started into Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So there we go. But yeah, there's Mirage. One I've never played before. Lewis spotted this one and he was like, "Oh, I think I'd play that." So I had a bit of a read on the back of the box, and it sounded my sort of game as well. So it's one I've never heard of, but same as Lewis says, it sounds right up my street. So it was only £6, so I've took a bit of a punt on it, say for both myself and Lewis to play through. And it's called The Town of Light, and it says inspired by true events and real places. So if anyone has played this, let me know in the comments how you got on with it. So I'll read you the back of the box and see if it tickles your pickle as it did mine. So it says, play through the eyes of Renee, a 16-year-old girl who suffers from the symptoms of mental illness. She is searching for answers to the many questions from her past, whilst exploring the place where she spent most of her youth. Guide Renee through a dark and emotional journey where the lines between entertainment, storytelling and reality blur. So yeah, it looks all kinds of weird, but Lewis, being a chip off the old block that he is, weird floats his boat as well. There you go. Hopefully you can make out those screenshots on the back. But yeah, it says includes 6 real location photos. So it does come with the cards as well, which let's have a quick gander at those. In fact, no, we won't. It's got some plastic on, so that's going to be a ball ache to put back together. But if you have played The Town of Light, then please Let myself and Lois? Who the fuck's Lois? It's because I was watching Family Guy before I went to bed last night. Let myself and Lewis know how you got on with it. So there we go. Complete blind buy, The Town of Light. One that I've got all of these on Xbox 360, and similar to the original Assassin's Creed games, I've only dipped my toes into playing them. I've probably maybe put a couple of hours into each one many years ago when they first came out on 360. But again, this was cash generators where James works, so I think I got this a couple of pounds cheaper as well than was advertised. But it's the BioShock collection. So I've got BioShock 1, 2 and Infinite on 360 over there. And again, they're ones, it's very much like a futuristic steampunk environment. They've certainly piqued my interest in the past, and ones that I wanted to play through all the way, the same as I'm doing with the Assassin's Creed series at the minute. So being able to get them on Xbox One all together as a remastered collection with some slippy, then 8, I think it was 6 I maybe paid for that. But yeah, includes BioShock, BioShock 2 and BioShock Infinite. So there we go, that's that one. But yeah, looking forward to starting into that one. All of these here, pickups wise, similar to my movies, I haven't started playing into until I've shown them on this video. Then they'll go on the shelf and I'll get them installed and playing through as and when they take my fancy. So this was dirt cheap. This was £3.99. So I used to be a huge fan of Micro Machines back in the day. Pretty sure I played it on PC and PlayStation 1. I remember playing, I'm pretty sure on PlayStation 1, multiplayer, split screen, and playing it with my mate or my cousin, driving around like like a school desk type thing, and getting knocked off the desk and into oblivion, and it was so much fun to play. I also had I think 2 different releases that came out on the Sega Mega Drive. So yeah, as soon as I saw this one on Xbox One for $3.99, that was a no-brainer. Like I say, haven't loaded it up yet, wanted to show it on a video first, and then we'll put some time into it. So it says, race and battle your friends, your enemies and the entire world. Massive race arenas from the garden to the workshop via the kitchen and more. So yeah, pretty sure on PlayStation 1 there was like a kitchen type one. And I think there might have even been like either a snooker or a pool table as well, that you drove your little cars around. So much fun with these over the years. So looking forward to seeing what they did with this Xbox One release. So there we go. There's Micro Machines World Series. Another one that I'm pretty sure I used to play on PC back in the day, and yeah, one called Trackmania Turbo. So again, not one I know anything about on Xbox One, but where they're this sort of price, you know, I'll take a punt on them. So hopefully, you know, it's very similar to what we were given to the PC version all those years ago. If not, obviously a big improvement graphically and racing wise. So it certainly looks good from the back of the box. Show off your racing skills on 200 plus tracks, 4 environments, 4 driving styles to master. Design and share your own tracks. So you know, that could be fun. Up to 16 players at home and 100 players online. So double driver as well. It says 1 car, 2 drivers. So no idea what that's about, but like I say, for $3.99, I thought we'd give it a shot. So there we go, Trackmania Turbo. And then to finish, as I said, Forza 7, put quite a bit of time into. The local cash converters had got Forza 6, and that was $5.99. So another one I've put so much time into when it was on Xbox Games Pass. But as I say, with not having Games Pass now, where I can get the games that I enjoyed playing on there, where I can pick those up on physical and play them without having to fork out for an overly expensive monthly subscription, then I will do. So Forza 7 Motorsport's the one that I'm playing at the minute, but you know, when I've done a lot more on that one, I will revisit and put some more time into this one. So there we go, to finish Forza 6 Motorsport. So there we go, guys, nearly 40 minutes, but as I say, I'm aiming to do this as like a video game chat. So, you know, what I've been playing recently, what my thoughts are on those particular titles, and then sharing with you some recent pickups. So hopefully you enjoyed the format. If you've stayed with me for this long, thank you very much. You're obviously interested in video games, etc. yourself, so please let me know in the comments what you're currently playing and what your thoughts are on those titles. So always nice to have that interaction with you guys. As always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll be back. Pickups wise, I've got movie pickups, which will be, where are we today? We're Wednesday today, so that will be later on in the week, movie related pickups. And then hopefully the next video game one will be an overview of that lovely Evercade Alpha cabinet that you can see sitting behind me. So there we go, guys, that's my video for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.